Ay, mi estimado Van Basten, no tienes idea lo que me costó ese maldito puzzle que tuve que hacer. Pérdida de tiempo soporífero y encima no entendía nada. Hablame.
You return. Might you have news?
He encontrado la urna.
You have? Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the urn's healing powers live up to their reputation.
Sí, vamos. Yes. Despierta, viejo, despierta. Después de toda esa maldita pérdida de tiempo. La cosa que me hiciste pasar. Arriba.
Where am I?
Arriba, dormilón.
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
And Connor? Where is my boy? Where is our son?
He lives, though many others are dead. There is much to tell you, husband.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell me. I wish to hear all of it.
Y tienes un mago de sangre encerrado en las mazmorras. Por si se olvidaron de él.
This is most troubling.
Quiso ayudar, pero bueno, no tuvo mucho papel en esto.
There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, you have not only saved my life, but kept my family safe as well. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
Necesito vuestra ayuda contra la ruina, con eso me basta.
I understand, but regardless of your motivations, I feel you are worthy of a reward. I would like to honor your efforts, nothing more.
¿Cómo deseéis?
Then allow me to declare you and those traveling with you champions of Redcliffe. You will always be a welcome guest within these halls. And for you, Warden, a shield of the same make as those that have been given to our finest knights.
Sí, lástima que soy una pícara y no uso escudo, pero bueno. Os agradezco vuestra gracia.
We should speak of Loghain, brother. There is no telling what he will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man. One who never desired power.
Estuviste durmiendo mucho tiempo,
He
¿no?
announced he was taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Cailan, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
¿Y qué proponéis entonces?
We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Ferelden is to have any chance of fighting the Darkspawn.
Entonces, ¿todo lo que he hecho no ha servido para nada?
No, not at all. Loghain is responsible for heinous crimes, and I intend to see him pay. But our armies must be reserved for the Darkspawn, not for each other. I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred.
¿Pretendéis presentar a Alistair como candidato al trono?
Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Ferelden. Is that what you want?
But I... No.
Rey
I see only one
Alistair.
way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
Y que pide a Lorraine atacar Risco Rojo.
Why do you think he had me poisoned? He wanted me gone without having to confront me directly. If I call for a landsmeet, refusing the compromise and attacking Redcliffe will only support our accusations. I'm sure he'd rather I died from the poison. Had the demon not interfered, that's exactly what would have happened.
¿Creéis que esa idea de la gran asamblea puede surtir efecto?
That depends. If we cannot get a consensus in the landsmeet for Alistair, we cannot afford to oppose Loghain either. Does that mean Loghain could win? A man who killed his own king, who has gone mad with power? Perhaps. We must see that he does not.
¿Y los engendros tenebrosos?
Ferelden must stand united to defeat the Darkspawn. A fractured nation will not defeat the Blight, even given my army and those gathered with your treaties.
¿Y no sería más fácil matar a Lorraine sin más?
I'm not sure that would help our cause. We would become the criminals, and our accusations would become excuses. Furthermore, I'm not even certain where Loghain might be.
¿Y qué opciones tengo?
You have already found allies, but we need those to fight Darkspawn. I truly believe the landsmeet is our best option. We could attempt to wage a military campaign against Loghain, but even if we win, would we have enough left to defeat the Darkspawn?
No, but neither would Loghain.
Perhaps Loghain gambles on this attitude, that everyone will decide facing the Darkspawn is more vital than facing him, so that he leads us against the Horde.
Me parece que no tenemos muchas alternativas.
Very well. I will send out the word. But before we proceed, I believe there is the matter of the mage, my son's tutor. He still lives, I understand.
Oops.
He does. He is in the dungeon, brother.
Have him brought here, Tegan. I wish to see him.
Vamos a ver una
Jowl,
ejecución pública.
what you have done is not in question. You tried to assassinate me and set into motion a series of events that nearly destroyed everything I cherish. What have you to say in your own defense?
Nothing, my lord. Other than to say I am sorry. I expect no mercy for what I've done.
I see. Grey Warden, have you anything to say on Jowan's behalf?
No sé, es un posible acompañante, quizás. Su deseo de arrepentimiento parece sincero.
Oh? That is unexpected. And what would you have me do? As the injured party, my ability to see the merciful is strained.
Esa pequeña parte del envenenamiento. Entregádselo. Dejad que se vaya, que el círculo lo case si lo decide.
That I cannot do. He is a Maleficar, and I cannot unleash him on a land already racked by war and chaos. I am sorry. Jowan, I hereby turn you over to the Tower of the Circle of Magi. May the Maker have mercy on your soul.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, back to the matter of the landsmeet. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.
Bueno, a ver, misión actualizada. Usar el tratado de los guardias grises para recabar la ayuda de las diferentes facciones. Y mientras se debe conseguir aliados tratando a los guardias grises. ¿Algo más que decirme ustedes? Vos, Francisita.
My husband lives thanks to you.
El diablo contigo.
I am grateful.
You have restored Eamon. I am most grateful. It's up to him what happens next. If anyone can force an end to the civil war, he can.
¿Dónde era la salida? Mira a ver qué me queda por hacer.
Put your back into it. Do you think you're swinging a broom? Hail, Grey Warden.
Hail. Vámonos. Ni mierda voy ahora. Me falta alrededores del bosque de Brasilia. Esto ya lo hice. Están las montañas de la espalda helada. Pueblo de Risco Rojo ya está. Voy al bosque de Brasilia. Así que una gran asamblea para decidir quién va a ser el rey. Interesante, ¿eh?
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Así es como recibís a los viajeros.
This is no stop on a traveler's journey. We have neither an inn for you to rest in nor bread to share. I suggest you move on.
¿Estás segura? Tengo mucho dinero.
Do you see a tavern about? We are not in the business of bartering with outsiders, regardless of whatever wealth you claim to have. So I will repeat myself one last time. Go back the way you came, and do so quickly.
Tengo asuntos que tratar con los tuyos.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
Se lo diré a tu líder y a nadie más.
Seeing as you are obviously no simple trespasser, I will leave it to the Keeper to decide the importance of your business. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Mujer tonta, me he matado dragones.
I see we have guests.
Lovely. It's a whole colony.
And a hound amongst them. As if we haven't had enough problems with such creatures.
¿A qué te refieres?
Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have important business with our people.
I see. Tell me, stranger, what business could you possibly have with us? We have our own issues we must deal with, as you can see.
¿Y qué problemas son esos?
Answer my question first. If I agree with you, I will indulge your curiosity at length.
Vengo en representación de los guardas grises.
You might have simply said so to begin with. Masiranus, Mithra. You may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
De largo.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan. Its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
Llámame Ling.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not. I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Te sigo, peladito. Oops.
The
Moribundos.
clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us.
Hombres lobo.
They ambushed us. And though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren.
Los elfos se transforman en hombres lobo también.
The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
¿Hay hombres lobo en el bosque?
There was a time in Ferelden's history when werebeasts roamed the lands in great numbers. Spirits possessed animals and turned them into horrific monsters. The humans warred against and destroyed these creatures. No doubt their tales of those days grow ever more inaccurate. The werebeasts are not all gone from this land, and the ones that stalk the Brazilian forests are proof of this.
¿Y por qué los atacaron?
They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before.
Qué sospechoso. Y puede que no sean tan poco inteligentes como crees.
I doubt that. The very curse that is in their blood fills them with an unreasoning rage that precludes any true thought.
No hay ningún modo de ayudar a vuestros hombres.
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
Soy una experta en tareas imposibles.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it is
Colmillo
If he
fulminante.
is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us.
Otra vez te sigo, hermano. Te
I
gusta
sent
caminar,
some
peladito,
hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
¿Y has pensado en buscar ayuda externa?
From whom? The children of the stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time
¿Quiénes son
to
los
stay for
Shemlin?
us?
Dices que quizá podrías acabar con la maldición.
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
Y si los ayudo, ¿qué me darás a cambio?
We would assist with the blight, of course. And you would have...
No sos el primero que me dice eso. Preferiría una recompensa más sustancial.
A reward, is it? Very well. We have very little of the coin your people use, but we do craft items they find valuable. Return with the heart, and I will give you something extra that I'm sure you will have no trouble selling. Good enough?
Hecho, yo encontraré ese colmillo fulminante para ti.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
No, viejo, pelado, tengo tanta experiencia con el velo. Necesito equipo.
Then I suggest you see Master Verathorn. I will instruct him to put aside some supplies for you, the kind that the hunters use.
Y tengo preguntas.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Háblame de la maldición.
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
¿Y cómo empezó?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Bueno,
Go on then.
nos vemos.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
La Naya. Camen.
Hello?
¿Por qué lloras? Habla.
That is,
¿Estás chiflado? ¿Qué sé?
I am sorry. I didn't mean to offend you in any way.
Si sigues así, lo harás.
Of course. I'm very sorry. It's just that we don't get many visitors. Like you, I mean.
Luis Suárez, atácalo. A la cara. ¿De los míos?
I didn't mean it like that. Can we start over? I'm Kamen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
¿Y qué vas a hacer con ese arquito ridículo? ¿Y qué te lo impide?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Dímelo antes de que te lo saque a puntapiés.
Before you... all right. I suppose it makes no difference. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of the beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But
¿Dónde vas?
the real problem is Gaina.
¿Y eso quién es? ¿Te gusta la coloradita, Problemas de faldas por lo que veo.
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it.
Es que eres un
She will
cobarde.
not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
¿Puedo hacerte preguntas?
I don't think there's anything I can tell you. My clanmates in the camp would be better at that.
My mother was Dalish.
Dame la misión, vamos.
What do you want now? I told you everything already.
¿Por qué tienes una flechita en la cabeza? Debe haber otro modo de resolver el problema.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
¿Y has probado cortejar a Gaina?
Wooing? I don't understand.
No quiero ser brusca, pero ¿te has acostado con ella?
No, we've never done anything like that. Never.
¿Eso quiere decir que aún eres virgen?
Of course I am. Why would you think otherwise?
Pues resulta que eso es muy importante, Kamen.
Is it? Nobody tells me anything about that sort of thing.
Alguien debería enseñarte lo que te estás perdiendo.
Showed me? You mean with you?
Querrás aprender a complacer a Gaina, ¿no?
Yes, of course, but you're not alone.
Bueno, vamos a un lugar más tranquilo.
I suppose there's no harm in that.
Vamos, pequeño. Te voy a enseñar lo que es una hembra de verdad. Lincoln. Usted tiene que relajarse un poco.
I never thought that was possible.
Di nada.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. I need to be away from you.
Que vamos, dame la misión, entonces.
Perhaps it's best if we did not speak more.
Oh, fue tan terrible como tú usar el...
We few wanderers greet you, Shemlin. We understand you are venturing into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
Con un poco de suerte tal vez pueda encontrarlos.
An outsider to the rescue, but of course, what were we doing trying to solve our own problems?
Eso tiene mucho sentido, la verdad. ¿De verdad crees que el sarcasmo va a ayudar?
Nothing will help us now. Least of all, the meddling of an outsider.
You are being most unkind, Sayro. Would you refuse our hunter's help simply because of the hand that offered it?
Shame me, Bethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me.
Te trataste un arco en la cara.
It is most difficult to forget the lessons these Shemlin have taught us.
It is even more difficult when you live amongst them, trust me.
Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Sí, quiero que me hables sobre el bosque ahora.
Then I'll tell you what I know.
Me siento.
Our
Dime.
legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. People of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
¿Y aquellas batallas desgarraron el velo?
Indeed. Very wise of you. There was so much death that the veil into the beyond was torn. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
¿Y hay muchos espíritus en el bosque?
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
¿Cuántos hombres lobo hay?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
¿Y por qué nos dicen Shemlin? ¿Los cazadores se han convertido en hombres lobo?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
¿Y hubo batallas en los bosques?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here in slavery? Even the barbarians who came to overthrow the Imperium fought and died on this soil.
¿Y Colmillo Fulminante sigue vivo?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
Bueno, esto es lo que necesitaba saber.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
Lo que tú digas. Niño. Quedó traumado. No puede con una verdadera mujer. ¿Qué más tienen acá? Tantos elfos, tantos. Enfermera, háblame.
Sorry, but I must attend to our ailing fallen.
¿Tienes algún cofre acá? Escudo del clan. Tinta de colores, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué pasa con vos?
Andera Natishan, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
Lo han hecho y es un fastidio. Tengo algo que hacer.
It is not our intention to insult a Grey Warden. We are simply wrapped up in the plight of our hunters. It is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Mal diablo con Zathrian. No parece muy contento.
None of us are happy about this situation, and I least of all. But I shouldn't speak too much about this, especially with an outsider. I am sure you have little interest in my problems.
Por favor, me gustaría que me lo contaras.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but Perhaps you can help me. My wife Delilah and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zatharian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Delilah is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her.
And if she was a werewolf, and the elf chased her and then found her, what then? Sweet, blissful reunion?
I don't know. Maybe she would know me as her love, even still?
More likely she would love to eat you.
If I could just know if Delilah is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
Podría convencer a Cetrian de que te contara la verdad.
No. It would be very rude to accuse the Keeper of lying. I know he means well. I just need to know. One way or another. If you were in the forest, perhaps you might come across her. Alive or dead. Any news would be better than none. And in return, I would be happy to gift you an amulet made by our craftsman. It may fetch you some coin in the human lands.
Bueno, veré lo que puedo hacer.
You are most kind.
Me voy.
Please, should you come across my wife, return and tell me.
Víctima de la maldición. Ok. ¿Alguien más con alguna misión? Este tiene una flechita en la que aprendiz. Darmisu. Y esto. Me lo quedo todo. A ver. Dame. ¿Dónde saliste de la...? Ahí está. Tú, Marathon.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Ferrothorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Ferrothorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
¿Y qué es lo que haces aquí exactamente?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The Keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
¿Y si te traigo algo de corteza de hierro?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
Bien. ¿Y qué clase de objeto puedes crear?
I excel in making blades from the ironbark, or perhaps a breastplate. Provided there's enough wood, that is.
Muy bien, estaré ojo avisor cuando ande por el bosque.
That would please me. So long as our hunters come first.
Necesito equipo, me han dicho que podrías ayudarme.
Yes, the Keeper sent word that you might ask me for such. I took the liberty of assembling some goods that our hunters use. I notice you've already found the chest I placed it in.
Oops.
Feel free to sort through and take whatever you found there, if you've not done so already.
¿Me das algo más?
I have nothing left that the clan could spare, but we do have goods that we were going to bring to the Shemlin villages to barter with.
Bueno, vamos a ver qué tienes a la venta.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Dame una mochila, por favor. Mochila. Sí, al fin, maldición. Vete. A ver, la luna oscura. No, el mío es mejor. A ver, armaduras. Tenés. Guanteletes Dalishanos. 1.33. Destreza. No está mal. 9, 5, destreza, bueno, esto evidentemente lo necesito. Dame. Y dame los guantes de villano también. El mundo va a estar una novedad, beber su efecto de poder. Y... dame... uno de estos. Dame 8 de estos. Tenías bastante cosas, el feta. A ver si te puedo vender algo. Te voy a dar lirio potente. Y te voy a dar lirio superior. Esto es una porquería. Listo. La rara corteza de hierro. Vamos a cambiar la armadura. Ya se me quedó un tanto rezagada. Armadura Dalishano. ¿Lo cubre más que la que tengo ahora? Aparentemente sí. Ok. Excelente. Creo que debería... Luis Suárez... no. A ver, ¿quién nos podemos llevar? Benito Morrigan.
Pigeon crap.
Yes.
Vamos. ¿Alguien más con quien charlar? Algo, niño elfo y elfa. No. Vos, el ayudante del peladito. ¿Qué tenés para mí?
Under invitation, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
Si quieres, adelante.
I hear the human cities are very large. Thousands upon thousands of souls, all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Sí, algunas son más grandes de lo que abarca la vista.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
Ustedes son muy raros. ¿Y vuestro modo de vida es mejor?
Better for our people, yes. Elves are not the same as your kind. Our souls are more... fragile. Is that the right word? It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have a question, if it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
¿Y qué les hicieron? ¿No crees que parte de la responsabilidad fue vuestra?
I don't know. I cannot deny, however, that we have been dealt an unjust blow. What could we have done to deserve such a fate?
No estoy muy familiarizado con el lore,
before the
mujer.
fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
¿Y qué me puedes contar sobre Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
¿Ha perdido mucho? ¿Qué quieres decir?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
¿Y por qué son tan hostiles los Dalishanos?
They have reason. Since the days of our Lathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
¿Y qué es ese Arlatán que mencionas?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed our Lathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
Oops. ¿Arlatán no resistió?
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though our Latham fought, they lost.
Esos tevinterianos son unos problemáticos. ¿Los elfos eran inmortales entonces?
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
¿Y aún existe Arlatán?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank our Lathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
Y pero pasado algún tiempo los elfos fueron liberados, ¿no?
Yes, after a millennium of slavery, Andraste herself freed our people. She who was your
Ay, no
maker's
me hables
chosen.
de Andraste, por Dios. ¿Vosotros no adoráis al Hacedor?
We worship the creators, as we always have. We give thanks to Andraste for her part in our freedom, but we do not worship her or her god.
Blasfema. Perdiste una guerra, no fuiste los primeros.
One wonders why we weren't more prepared when the humans conquered our second homeland. We will be more cautious if we ever have a third.
Viviendo en árboles. ¿No hay forma de ganarse la confianza de tu clan?
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
Yo pensaba que vuestra patria se llamaba Los Valles.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
Pero yo no soy responsable por lo que se les ha hecho a los elfos.
Aren't you? You're human. And to many of them, you represent the humiliations
No
our
te
people have
equivocas, no
suffered
soy
for
humana, soy
generations.
una diosa.
You may not have been personally responsible, but such feelings are not easily overruled by logic.
Mato
or
dioses y
fairness.
dragones. Tú no eres hostil.
I was not born here, so I see things differently from the others. Still, I do not blame them for what they feel. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to take the first steps, if they are capable.
Bueno,
Certainly.
me voy. Ya me cansé de tanto
As you
lore.
wish. Darth Shiro.
Estoy sobrecargado de lore. Uf. Bueno, vamos a hablar con la colorada. Le voy a decir que la tenés corta. Colorada, escucha. Tengo noticias para ti. Tu hambre es un medio hambre. Vale.
I'm Darren Atishan, outsider.
Eres Gaina, ¿verdad? Carmen me ha hablado de ti.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
Gritó tu nombre mientras hacíamos el amor, eso es todo.
You what?
De este modo, cuando os caséis, será mejor amante para ti.
You're telling the truth. He actually came in? How dare you?
What? But Dana...
You know exactly what I mean. You with her.
But I did it for you.
Now, why have I never thought of that one?
Do you take me for some kind of fool? How dare you do this to me?
I love you, Dana. I just meant to...
No, you will never have me, Cameron. Never.
Oops.
Don't you ever talk to me again.
Dana!
Bueno. Un final feliz para todos. Mira que me querés hablar.
Perhaps it's best if we did not speak more.
Bueno, eso porque no quiero hablar. Niña, voy a robar tu cofre. No hay nada que puedas hacer para impedirlo. Qué porquería. Qué porquería. Bueno, ya seguiremos después.